always had this extra little fob on my key thing. I wonder what it does. Well, that could come in handy. Let's go do some Q&A. I hope you didn't think that thumbnail was clickbait. It wasn't. I just recently became a member of the YouTube Partner Program. Thanks to all of you. Thank you so much for subscribing and for watching the videos. And I hope to continue to make videos that are going to be informative and keep you up to date. There's a lot of fear porn going on the internet right now. You'll see everybody talking about mortgages and, oh, buyers are doing this and that. These are the major metropolitan areas. There are a lot of mortgage companies that are failing right now. We are in a recession because by textbook definition, once you're down 2 quarters in a row, it's technically a recession. Joe Biden just renamed it this weekend. They're not calling it a recession. Big surprise there. But Maine has always had a low supply of houses and a high demand for the house. And I don't see that changing because I don't see a lot of new buildings going up. Aside from stuff that couples are building themselves, it seems like home builders are kind of slowed. We don't have as much stuff coming in as I'd like to see coming in, especially for people who are trying to move here. I know it's still tough. I know it's hard to find money to buy a house right now, but you're just gonna have to get creative. If you really want your dream, you're gonna have to get creative. Buy some land. Stay where you're at. You know, if you're moving up here to Maine, come up here to buy land. Buy an acre or two of land, and then, you know, little by little, as you get money, come up here, do the well, come up here, do the foundation, come up here, start building the house. You can always go to the school right here, the timber frame school called the Shelter Institute. You can go here and take the class. I think for a couple it'd be like $1,200. It might have gone up now. Check their website, the Shelter Institute, and it'll list all that stuff on there. They sell most of the tools in the store, so you probably figure on $900 worth of tools. But it's a good class, and a lot of people come out of that class and they go and build their own house. So you don't have to do every facet of the house, but you know, doing the timber frame beams, raising the bents and all that, that's probably pretty satisfying for most couples. So that's an option. Or just buy a trailer, a new one, right, and have it put on your land out here so you can start living out here. There's different ways of doing things. Like I said, a lot of people are wanting to get up here excuse me, and whatever's going to work for you. The important point is to go where you're going to be happiest. I talked to my friend Brian last night till late, and he's wants to do a follow-up video once he gets more settled in. Of course, he's still unpacking, had a few mishaps. His stuff got there, it kind of smelled like gas fumes or something. He didn't know if he stored it outside. Took his fridge that he had in his garage back in Texas out. They unwrapped it, and a big clump of dirt fell out. He's like, what? Where do they store this stuff? So I'm going to do a follow-up on that. But they are much happier, and they got out just in time, because I don't think people are selling their houses for quite as much as Brian got now in Georgetown. So in a way, I'm happy for him. And like I said, he got out at the right time. If the people that bought his place was some sort of company, some sort of corporation, it was a 1031, 1032 form, that was guaranteed wasn't going to fall through. So that's another blessing on his behalf, because a lot of buyers are walking away from the table right now, from what I'm hearing. There's a company called Open Door. They buy houses and stuff. And I think I contacted them once when I thought about selling a few years ago, you know, when I was still in Georgetown. And I didn't like the way the kind of offer they were trying to offer. They're like trying to bid low as possible on your house. And if you're in a house in a great neighborhood, in a great market, you're like, what? It's insulting. I just read somewhere that they just got slammed with $62 million in damages or something for deceptive practices. So there's a lot of corporate deception out there. Zillow, number one. I don't follow Zillow. Like I said in the last video, they got caught buying up houses in the same area for a certain price, then buy a few more at a higher price so that they artificially inflate the market. I told my buddy, because Brian used to look at Zillow all the time, I was like, I don't even use their app, because if they're willing to do that, what are they doing on the app? You know what I'm saying? I stick with Realtor.com. It's always been up to date, always been accurate. That's what I got this house with. I used Realtor.com. I just got over a cold. I'm sorry. Remember I told you my kids went to, I think it was in the postal video. I told you that my kids went on vacation. They went back to Texas. They want to spend 2 weeks with their friends. And you know how some people get on the plane sick and they don't care about everybody else, and you're in a confined space and they're recirculating that air on the airplane? My second youngest child, Kieran, came back with a cold. And of course I got it, and I hadn't had a cold since I've been here. So it's bound to happen. No, it wasn't COVID. It was just a cold. The cold came back off of vacation. All right. I know that they said the cold went on vacation when COVID started, but this one came back from vacation. That's when I got it. Okay. But I got over it just recently. So I'm sorry I didn't put any more content out. I meant to, but I didn't have a chance to. I just got over the cold. Was still working. I still going to work at the post office. Didn't let it stop me. I thought today we do a little follow-up, little Q&A, like I said in the beginning of the video with the special effects. Let's do a little Q&A. I didn't get to go sit at the docks like I wanted to yesterday, even though you see a little bit of that footage of me walking along the docks, right? A little bit of music and stuff. The stuff that I captured down there, I guess I didn't capture it. Something happened. It didn't record, so I thought, well, I got to do it all over again. But let's go ahead and do a little Q&A and answer some of your questions right now. I say C&A because it's YouTube, right? So it's more like comment and answer. It's not just question answer, it's comment and answer. So let's answer some of those questions. Our first question comes from Carmen Colon. Some states will be out of consideration for us due to their political and social views. There's no way to choose the perfect place to live because things can change in the blink of an eye. Thank you, Carmen. You're right. That's why I said if you don't have to leave your state, maybe find another town or county that has cheaper taxes. Our next question is from Dory R. I have binged watched your videos. All are very informative. Thank you. We live in Las Vegas, Nevada, but we want to move to Maine because of the water shortages at Lake Mead. I don't blame you. I think Gila Bend had that same problem, Gila Bend, Arizona, because they were building new houses and they couldn't guarantee the water for 120 years or something, which is supposed to have been in writing by the county. And so a lot of people were panicking. It was on the news when I visited my in-laws out there a couple years ago. So yeah, I wouldn't consider, if the water, longevity is questionable, wouldn't live there. We don't have a problem with water up here. We get enough rain. That's the one thing I remember as a kid. When I grew up, never had to water my grass. There's always dew in the morning or rain. So it's not like Washington State, don't get me wrong. But we have enough rainfall that you never have to worry about watering your grass. It'll always stay green, okay? John C., our next question. Thank you, sir, for bringing me along on your route on the postal video, right? Oh, thanks, John. Seatbelt was kind of tight. Wink, wink. Very observant. The short answer is I had to put 20 pounds on for that role. I was playing a postal carrier. So, yeah. Let's move on to the next question. Our next question is from Julie Slosser. What happened there? Hold on. Julie Slosser says, we're considering moving to Maine. How bad are the bugs? I've seen videos that are concerning. Laughing out loud. If you live in Brunswick, if you live in Wiscasset, downtown area, any kind of area where it's, not city, but you know what I'm saying, developed, and there's houses and neighborhoods and yards and very little shrubs and stuff, they're not bad. I live out here in the woods. I have nothing but trees around me. If you look, I've got nothing but trees around me. So yeah, you're going to see bugs out here more than you're over there, although they're not bad today. And my last comment is from Patricia L. Calderon. Oh, I hate horseflies with a passion. We had those heavy in New York. This is also from the postal video because they were flying into my truck. If you hadn't seen it, this the video where I deliver mail and I talk to the camera while I'm delivering my mail. So we had those heavy in New York. Would you mind doing a video one day on how you edit your videos? I'll do it on the end of this one, okay? So without further ado, let's jump into my editing software, Filmora 11. You can get Filmora 9, Filmora 10. There's like a one-time fee. I think I paid $65 or something like that for it. And it's just a one-time license fee, and then you get all the free downloads from there on out. But it's a really super easy software to use. There are minimum benchmarks your computer has to meet in order to do it. Like you've got to have like dedicated RAM, at least 4 gigabytes of GPU RAM. You got to have at least 4. A graphics card that has at least 4. If you can get 8, great. That's what mine has. Some dedicated RAM, and then you should be good to go. If you have an Apple ProBook or whatever it is, I think that should be able to run that software no problem. So you'll be able to do your editing. I would get an external drive though, so once you finish editing, you can drag the stuff onto your external, and you don't clutter your machine. All right. But yeah, let's jump into the program, and I'll show you how I did this video editing, okay?
All right, here we are in Filmora. This is where the magic happens, all right? So, I made a sample clip for you, but apparently when I was doing screen recording, when I closed Filmora, I forgot I was doing the thing there. I should have made this separately. Anyway, it's basically what I did here. You take your footage that you put in. You can import your media, right, by clicking this button right here and grab whatever videos from whatever folder you have on your desktop, whether you dragged it from your phone or from your camera, okay? And then you drag them. You just select them. You can select multiples, hit open, and it will open it and drop it in there. You see the sample video one right here? It's already in there. That's this one down here. It says sample video. So I made the sample video so that you could see. I'll put it down here so you can see. And it actually went kind of fast, which is kind of disappointing because it didn't turn out so well. The lower thirds thing messed up. Anyway, you can have lower thirds pop up, but that really didn't turn out that well. So I'm just going to get rid of it. In other words, I have to do it right here in the thing if I want to show you anything. So I'm going to lock these tracks so I don't damage any of my special effects and any of the stuff there. And I'm just going to do I'm going to do a blank track. Like I'll use track 4. I'll unlock that one, use that one. So basically I can take any footage that I've imported and I can put the footage. I'll take, let me see. I'll use this one right here as an example. You don't know, I'm going to use sample media, okay? I don't want to mess anything up there. I've been working on, I've got stuff. So I'm going to go to Project Media. I'm going to go to Sample Video, okay? And if I want to start out a video, if I'm doing the top 10 or what have you, they have countdown stuff, count up stuff. So I'll do something like, you can do something like cherry blossoms, right? You want cherry blossoms. Oops. No. Control Z. I obviously have something on that timeline. I'm going to lock that one. Yep. Let's lock that. What's on 5? You know what? Let me open this wide so I can see everything. We go all the way to the beginning. Is there anything up there? Okay, there's nothing on 5, so I'll use 5. So I could enter my video. I could do like, I could put something cool. This is stock footage, okay? So it's a countdown. So if you play it back in the window,
I've always had this extra little fob on my key thing.
Okay. Oops. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the sound off on these. I don't want to hear that while I'm working. Okay, so what I'm showing you right now is just a basic thing there. You import your clips up in here, right? And then you drag them to your timeline. What I like to do is do one clip at a time, and then I can edit it. So I start playing it. Ooh, I don't like that. It's a little too fast. I'm going to cut it off right there. Select that piece that I want to delete. Hit the delete button. Press play again. Yeah, it's a little better, a little faster. I don't need to see 0. I think I want to get rid of that part. So right at 1, I'm going to cut it. And I'm going to delete that part because I really want it to be fast. So it'll be like, all right, because I'm artsy fartsy. Not really, I'm just showing it. And then you have the China cherry blossoms, right? So I cut right into the flowers. Oh, wow, it's so beautiful. I don't need that long a time, so I'm going to cut that down a little bit. And I'm going to go right to the ocean. And now what I like to do is drop the clip on here and then click the space in between and then delete. Because I want to make sure it snaps tight and there's no gaps in between it. Because if you get a gap, and it'll be like a blip for a second. A subliminal black blip, and it annoys people. That's kind of a hard transition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here at the top, and they have all these different things. They have media, stock media, audio, titles, transitions, and effects. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a transition between my clips. So I'm going to take the transitions, and I'm going to find something that's going to be suitable for this. What can I do? From flowers to the ocean. And then, is it panning a certain direction? Okay, so we're panning to we're going out to sea, right? So I should get something that, yeah, I think I need something that's going to wipe to that direction. So if I put this on there, it's basically going to wipe like that. I think that's workable. You just drop it between your two clips, so it'll play, and it'll look like this. And there we go. We transitioned. Okay, if I like that, great. If I don't like it, I can always just delete it because it's still highlighted. And maybe I want to put something different on. Like I want to put something like, I want something cool, something like I work for PBS. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's a little bit more PBS. So there's just different things, different transition stuff, right, that you can do. They have dissolves. They have if it has a diamond on it, you got to pay for it, but they have different ones. The free ones are pretty good. Fade to black, comes back in, right? Because if you're making a music video, fades in and out. Oh, yeah. Anyway, and there's, like I said, you can just choose different transitions. And then you can do what's known as titles. So I want to put a title on it. Let's say I want to put a title on the beach thing. All right, so as soon as it completely transitions, I'm going to start right here. I'm going to take a title, and we'll just pick any title. Let me see. This has a background behind it, so it'll make the stuff stick out. So we're going to select that one. And it's going to look like that. And then what I want to do is I want to drag it right to the playhead, right where the scissors are on that playhead thing, and it puts it on a new track right above it. And then I'm going to double click on the title, and I'm going to move this thing out of my way so I can see better, so you can see better. And you see how it's looking right now, right? Obviously, who wants a title that big in the center of the thing here? If you move the playhead a little bit, it'll stay on there where you can see it, and it comes in like this. So you can put it there. But maybe I don't want it that big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on it, grab the handles, and drag it. This is all very easy to use. It's kind of like PowerPoint and stuff like that. It's very basic software. That's why I like it, but it's still very powerful software. It does pretty well. It's not DaVinci Resolve. It's not, what do you call it? What do you think would be better? I think up in the sky. Yeah, I think I'll put it up in the sky because the water's pretty. And then I'll put... I'm going to put something silly like Ibiza 2021, whatever, right? Anyway, that's the way the title looks. And you can cut the title off. All right, we transition. Bam, there's Ibiza. Okay, that's about as long as I think I need it. And I'm going to lock this track because I don't want to cut anything below that. And then I want to get rid of the rest of that title. So that's gone. All right, so we've put in some footage thus far, right? You just drag and drop your footage to the timeline. You drag and drop your transitions once you select one, right? They also have effects if you want to put silly effects, emojis, or whatever. You can put different stuff on there, okay? Titles, lower thirds. And then all you have to do once you get your stuff set up, let's say, oh, well, you know what? We need we need a video out, right? So let's do a video out. Let's do, they have openings. They have, if you don't have your own opening. I don't recommend openings. I recommend going right to the content. People are impatient nowadays, more so than ever. So if you do videos, just have your thumbnail be whatever it's going to be, that, you know, like the cover of a magazine, catch people's eye, maybe go, wait, what did I just see? And then jump right into the content, because people will be more appreciative if you get right to the point. They don't want to waste their time. Yeah, you're very cinematic. Oh, that's nice. Great. Where's the content, right? So I would go straight to it. And basically what you can do, they have openings on here. I don't recommend it. But you can do stuff like this just to take and open your shot. If you decide, you know what, that countdown thing, that's really kind of dumb. I think I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to select everything that's up here and drag it over a little bit, because I want to put, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to leave that. I want to open with cherry blossoms. And then what I'm going to do is just do the spin opener. And I want to put it on here. But I think, let me see what it's going to do. Oh, that's pretty. And then we're going to transition away from that right to the beach. Right to Ibiza, right? So, yeah, I like it. I think it's, I think that'll work. But basically, you're going to put your stuff in here, drag it to the timeline, and put your transitions in if you want transitions. Put a title. Maybe you want a title telling people where you're at, right? Or you want a lower thirds down here saying your name. They have lower thirds as well. But you can do that, and then you can also do, under the titles there, if you look, they have like outgoing. There's opener 2, outro. So I've used that several times. You can use this one here. It says thanks for watching, and if you click on it, it gives you a sample preview. So that's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and use that one. Once again, I like to delete the space in between. And then you put, it plays Ibiza, and then we have thanks for watching. Okay, I'm going to scroll over so you can see it some more. Thanks for watching. And then what I like to do at the end of mine is I'll go to media. I'll select a sample color, preferably black. And I'm just going to drag it right there. And what I do is when that thing's done, I want it to go to black. And the reason I want it to go to black is when I get to YouTube with it, and I upload my video, at the end of it is what's known as end cards, end screens, what have you, right? And so it'll show my face icon, and it'll have a template where I can select the next video or one or two videos. It depends on the template you select or the playlist. And so you want to leave that space for that. I'm going to go ahead and move this up. I'm going to have to add a video track. Okay. And it's easy as clicking the little plus thing. Everything on this program is very pretty self-explanatory, what do you call it? It's super easy. It's intuitive. You can figure a ton of stuff out. Oh, excuse me. So it's not as difficult as it looks. I'll make some more videos showing you the different things that I'm doing. I just happen to be finishing up my video right now, so I'm showing only a little bit of stuff that you can accomplish with this. All right. It's a very basic program, very super simple to use. Oh, so easy. And that's why I use it, okay? DaVinci Resolve is much better in the sense that, actually, you know what? Let me play that again while I'm talking to you. And we'll go full screen. I hit the space bar to play it. So DaVinci Resolve is very, the learning curve is very labor intensive, and the same thing for Premiere Pro. And if you're good at Apple iMovie, that's what Casey Neistat used when he started. And so, yeah, it's whatever you have to do this stuff with is what I would use. I'm going to sign off right now from this tutorial thing, but I will make more tutorials. Leave me a comment on something else you want me to cover, delve into. I'm going to start making more tutorials and show you some of the special effects stuff that I did for a video. One of the videos that you've watched, if you've seen all my videos, I'm trying to remember which one it was. It was moving to Maine. It was a winter video. My sponsor, Steve, Crossroads Coffee Beans. I made a wave of coffee beans. I'm going to make a wave of teddy bears. So if you're covering grandma's birthday party, you'll be able to take and make that same wave of teddy bears as a transition when you want to go to the next part of the video. Okay? Throw some ideas out there, and I'll see what I can do. I'll come up with it for you. All right? But this is pretty much it. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in. I'm going to hit F9 to stop recording, and I look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial. I hope this helps you make up your mind to pick this software. I hope it helps you to be able to edit your own videos, okay? Because that's what it's all about, editing your own stuff and having a good time. All right? We'll see you. I'm going to go back to my porch.
All right, and we're back. What did you think? Pretty easy program to use. The next video that I do, I'm going to try and follow up on that timber frame house, and I'll show you how far the guy's gotten downtown. All right? So until then, stay safe, stay tuned in. If there's any topics you'd like me to cover next, drop it in the comments. Let me know. I look forward to seeing you again in my next video. All right? Thank you.